Hello, this is Shep and Max, Sun Valley Auto Club. What we're showing you here today is a 1971 VW Beetle. It's got the 1600 engine, 4-speed manual transmission. This one's been a local car and it's in fantastic shape. Max and I are going to be psyched to show you this and go out for a test drive.
So this was our mechanic's Volkswagen. His name's Wolfgang. Doesn't really get any more German than that. And he is actually our Porsche Volkswagen specialist here. So what you're seeing is his personal car that he's driven and taken care of. New German engine and transmission.
All German parts. If you take a listen at our underneath video, you'll hear him mention that. So this one, the body is super sound. Underneath the seat, rear seat, underneath the battery is sound. Underneath the trunk, the front bonnet, underneath the spare. We've got photos of that. You grabbed photos of that, right, Max?
I did.
Okay.
Yep.
So that's all sound. There are some spots. There's no cancerous type of rust issue. Even though this paint is gleaming, and we're going to take this outside too. We got a ballast above us where this light is throwing off a little bit of a green light. So we'll take it outside and just see this gorgeous robin egg blue. But even though the paint is gleaming, it is old. And if you don't live in a dry climate like here or planning on always garaging this, you're probably looking at time to paint. So little spots like that, a little bit of surface rust, nothing bubbling through the paint, nothing that deep, but just places where there's been rock chips. You know, it's just starting to show. So that's the purpose of this video, so you can see these spots. So once again, I mean, if you live in Arizona or out in the high mountain climate, desert climate like we do, this could go another 20 years, but just know that you could be potentially looking at a repaint. But driving mechanicals, as the underneath video showed, in great shape. What do you think? Give it a start up and go through some of the functions. So knowing that German mechanics owned it, I would expect, as well as you should expect, everything to be working flawlessly on it. Max is going for the start up. Getting the right key going. Okay, there's your running lights, headlights, brights, turn signal, wipers, two stage, brake lights, turn signal, and then reverse lights. Attaboy. So this bike rack, I actually like it. It's very stout, but if you don't like it, it can come off pretty easily. You just have 3 bolts on the bumper support right there, and then underneath the bumper. But super solid. But if you don't have use for it, 3 bolts and it's out of there. Seats are cloth versus vinyl, Max?
Cloth seats.
Cloth seats with vinyl backing. Yeah, I just did that. There's your fuel. Well, we got photos of the bonnet. So we'll move on. There must be a latch.
We also have a rug kit for this, right?
Yeah, right in the back, new carpet kit. There's a look at the door panels. Those are fairly inexpensive, but they are nice, so that's not a 40 bucks you won't have to spend. Window regulators work nice. You got modern stereo with
Clutch
speakers
feel.
in the door.
And the clutch feel is, you know, much better than most Beetles I've driven. Just proper mechanically.
So there's your shift pattern. Little luggage tray underneath there. So this is a Super Beetle with the flat glass. It's right on the edge. In later years, the Super Beetles had the rounded glass, but this is a Super Beetle with flat glass.
Just fun to drive. Great steering.
These bugs are easy to work on. Parts are plentiful, inexpensive. It's just a great classic car, something that's going to hold the value, but not something that's going to have to set you back to get into. It's not a $40,000 entry fee. It's a everyman's classic car. Working the horn action. How does the braking feel?
Brakes are great. You can tell a mechanic on this car versus one that's just been daily driven by Joe Schmo.
Maybe just stop here, do a quick reverse, and we'll call it good. Sorry to put you on the spot. I'm glad that worked.
Yeah, no problems getting into reverse.
Since we're 7.5 minutes into the video.
Yeah, that's a good point. No, I mean, surprisingly, it was flawless.
Yep. All right, well, this is Shep and Max. If you're interested in purchasing a classic bug, this one would be a fantastic option, as it's been German mechanic owned and driven. New engine transmission with about 12,000 miles on them. So, hey, thanks for watching. We'll see you on our next video. This is Shep and Max. You can contact us 208-721-1973. We'll see you on the next video. Happy driving.